What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, as it would really help me out and allow me to continue to make these videos for you guys. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. The Karenest Karen I've ever been Karened by. So I work at a restaurant/bar as a host, my first job for about 2 years, and during that time I saw my fair share of beggars and Karens, but one instance particularly stands out in my memory. Typical night shift, busy around dinner time, and gradually slows down, around the time that it's starting to get late and the restaurant is slowly becoming quieter. Now, being a host, I never dealt with any of the dine-in customers, only takeouts and phone orders. So this woman comes in the front door with her probably 8 to 9-year-old daughter, and the second she does, I immediately thought, oh frick, here we go. As she had the full, stereotypical Karen look. The haircut, soccer mom capri pants, expensive sunglasses, the whole shebang. She walked up and of course I greeted her with a friendly smile, to which she replied that she was there to pick up a takeout order. I pulled up her order to take her payment, and it was a pretty hefty order, around $150 to $200 if I remember correctly. She tells me she has a coupon, which is usually a lifesaver because it makes the process so much faster. So I take the coupon from her and take a look at it. It was for something like a free kids meal, but I quickly noticed that the coupon had, in a large bolded red font dead center on the front, dine in only. I hand Karen back her coupon, and as politely as I can, I tell her I'm unable to accept this coupon since it's only applied to dine-in meals. Karen did not like that. Not at all. She proceeded to correct me, telling me that the coupon was in fact valid because I was a 16-year-old working at minimum wage. Obviously, I have no clue what I'm talking about, right? I explained to her again that the coupon can only be applied to dine-in orders, and even added that I would be happy to seat her and plate her, still hot and fresh, food to enjoy in the restaurant so she would be able to use the coupon. I had to physically point to the dine-in only lettering multiple times as I attempted to explain that I physically have no way of entering the coupon since it was for dine-in only. Then she asked for the manager. Whoa, huge surprise. So, I go get my manager and quickly explain the situation, then he follows me to the front and asks how he can help Karen. So this entitled, privileged, genuinely stupid booger proceeds to rant to my manager for about 15 minutes about how stupid, lazy, and useless of an employee I am. This whole time she's going off screaming about how she's used these coupons to take out in the past, and how I should be fired for being such a terrible employee, they shouldn't be hiring young brats like me, the customer is always right, blah blah mother frickin' blah. She also mentions multiple times how she has come to the restaurant for years, therefore they should make an exception for her. At the end of her rant, my manager, a tall, white, middle-aged man who's usually very trusted by Karens, asked to see the coupon she brought in. He did not hesitate at all to point out the dine-in only print written on the coupon and proceeds to explain to her the exact same thing I had previously explained to her 16 times. At this point, Karen is so enraged I can clearly remember seeing smoke shoot out of her nostrils while the vein in her forehead was about to erupt. Finally, and begrudgingly, accepting that the coupon could not be used, she hits us with the, "Fine, I guess I'll just pay for it." Now, it is at this point I will remind you that her bill was fairly large. I'm also going to point out that this was a Boston Pizza, which is notorious for overpricing food. So my manager walks away and I tell Karen her total and ask how she is paying. She looks at me with the most evil stare I've ever seen in my life as she begins screaming about how expensive it was. She insisted I had the order wrong because there is no way it could be that much, which led me to reading her entire order and listing the price of each dish, while Karen sat there trying to do math in her stupid little brain. After another 5 minutes or so of haggling with her about the price and getting screamed at the whole time, Karen finally decided she had had enough and screams, "You know what? I don't even want the food anymore, and you just lost a customer," before stomping out. Never have I felt the amount of satisfaction as I did when I waved goodbye to her with the biggest friggin' smile on my face. Oh my goodness. Now that is just a classic Karen choosing beggar story. "No, my coupon works, I want you to use it. And even if it doesn't, I'm a long-time customer and I deserve a discount." Yeah, not today, Karen. "Don't you know that skates set a person's image in stone for at least the next decade?" Okay, my nephew, for the sake of simplicity, it's complicated, is 6 years old and supposedly interested in inline skating. His mother told me and proposed that I get him some skates. I started searching the internet for an inexpensive option because I'm a student and trying to save if possible. While doing so, I read a comparison on inline and roller skates, essentially coming down to roller skates provide more stability and easier movement, inline skates make it easier to go fast. When mentioning this to my mother, she said we still had hers and her brother's and that they easily spanned years and years worth of shoe sizes because they're the kind you tie onto shoes. Considering that the child's birthday isn't until late autumn and now's the perfect time to use them made me think those were the perfect occasionless gift. If he really needed inline skates, he could get those for his birthday. I searched the cellar and the shed and found them, dusty with a tiny bit of rust but intact and running smoothly as butter after I oiled them. Turns out I was wrong. Now, where I'm from, inline skates are like the word cool, or like Star Wars for my generation. The hot new thing when our parents were young. Today, they're pretty normal overall, not hot, but definitely not cringy either. Young parents brand it as cool towards their young children though, so when I presented the oil and dust-free skates to the mother, she exploded at me. How cheap I was if her boy didn't deserve better, whether I didn't like him, and how that would make her family look if her child were to be seen in those. I said they could at least try it. If he liked it, he could still get new ones for his birthday. Besides, roller skates are better suited for children anyway. She started whining. But it's so long until his birthday. Besides, he won't be cool anymore if he doesn't have inline skates. He's 6, for Pete's sake. Okay then, I said. If you don't want them, it's fine. I don't like spending money I don't have on stuff nobody needs because we have the exact same thing already. It's just not shiny and new anymore. Don't get me wrong, he will get something for his birthday, just no skates of any kind.
No, what the heck are these things? These things are garbage. My son can't be seen in those ugly things. He won't be cool anymore.
Shake my head. That choosing beggar uncle. So we all have that uncle. In this case, my uncle was unemployed and living with his wife's mother. He's 48. To start the story off, we are all in a family reunion, and it's basically family tradition to stay away from that uncle because he's always asking for money for his new business. He typically only asked his siblings, my dad and my aunt, for the money, but recently he started targeting me and my cousins. Thanks to our parents' experience, we know not to trust him, but he is very persuasive. In the family reunion, he waited for us to get drunk to make his move. The conversation went something like this. Choosing beggar.
So, how do you like the idea for that business?
Me. It's pretty cool.
I'm just lacking the funds to get it going.
Cousin 1, that sucks. We wish you luck though. We all laugh, basically making fun of him. But then he started crying out of nowhere and asked for the money on his knees. He started promising on Granddad's grave that he would pay us back. And for us, this was a very uncomfortable situation. I didn't crack, but unfortunately, one of the cousins did and decided to help him out. We all looked at him with that look, don't do it. Next morning, he took him to the bank, and to this day, he doesn't want to tell us how much he gave my uncle. Not even a week later, I see an Instagram post and an Insta story from his wife laying down in the beach. That mother bugger spent the money on a vacation to Acapulco, Mexico. When my cousin found out about this, he drove to his house, confronted him, and basically gave him a beating. We separated them and left. We haven't spoken to him since, even though he still goes to family reunions. Oh my goodness.
Hey, do you think you can maybe spare me some money for my new business idea? Psych, I'm going on a vacation. See ya.
Yeah, I'm calling myself out as a choosing beggar just this once. So with the current events happening in the US, a retweet came up in my Twitter feed about how several films regarding POC were available for free for a limited time on all digital platforms. One or two of which I had some interest in prior, so I figured why not go and get them, right? I pop into Google Movies because I have Android, look them up, and it says they're available for free. For rent. Now, bear in mind, I'm going to watch them anyways, but seeing they were only free to rent caught me off guard and kind of questioning why they weren't available to own for free. They didn't imply it wasn't free to own in the tweet, so how should I have known it was for rental only? For a minute I felt frustrated, then I remembered this subreddit and thought, crap, I sound like a choosy beggar. offered one thing and complaining it wasn't something else. So yeah, this is my little confessional. I do recommend checking out the videos available to rent though. I've already seen one of them previously and it was really good. That's awesome. Hey, at least you can admit to it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.